I'm a big fan of Ben Boyd National Park. I have been since I've been holidaying down here as a kid for most of my life, and I was lucky enough to move down here 12 years ago. And the trouble is now I don't spend enough time in Ben Boyd National Park, and of course on the Light to Light walk. But it's such an interesting park. I think it really stands out on the far south coast because it is so diverse in its types of habitats. You know, you've got virtually every habitat that's on the far south coast, you've got it in Ben Boyd National Park. So that's what creates the diversity. You know, over 200 species of bird. You know, that's just fantastic. And the way that Green Cape sits, it also gives you the opportunity to see some of those seabirds that you generally have to go offshore to see. I've had a good friend of mine stay at Green Cape that was there when a white-browed albatross came to shore in bad weather. So you just never know your luck. So, you know, I'm no geologist, but, you know, everything you read says that Ben Boyd is quite an old landscape, and it's quite a diverse geological landscape. So with diversity in geology becomes diversity in flora. But flora is also influenced by aspect and certainly influence to the sea. So, you know, you've got areas of littoral rainforest, you've got deep sheltered gullies that form a cool temperate rainforest. You've got freshwater wetlands, you've got estuarine habitats, you've got the shorebirds, you've got the heath. Heath's a bit of a rarity on the far south coast. I think enjoying birds is about simply that. You can take it from advanced twitcher level to novice and just enjoying the sounds. You know, and I guess the access in Ben Boyd National Park makes that easy for those that aren't quite as fit, want to take the family, who aren't quite as mobile, or the serious walker. You know, it caters for everything really. I think the best sections that sort of stick in my mind is around Mawarri Point, and home to a favourite threatened species of mine, and that's the eastern ground parrot. So that breeds at Mawarri Point, and often you can see hooded plovers, which are critically endangered in New South Wales. They're often on the beach at Mawarri. Pied and sooty oyster catchers are also threatened, and of course the majestic white-bellied sea eagle. You can't go past him, which is now also a threatened species in New South Wales. Ben Boyd National Park was established in the 70s, I believe, and it was established for a few different reasons, and some of those we've already talked about with that diversity of habitats. It is unique. It is very undisturbed, which you know, for many areas of the south coast, logging was always a big factor in the early years of Australia, and so a lot of Ben Boyd was never affected by logging. So there's some key areas in there that are absolutely magic. There are over 200 species of bird in Ben Boyd National Park. Just in terms of threatened species, there's over 50 threatened species known to occur in Ben Boyd National Park and along the Light to Light walk. And I think for kids that's the most important thing, because when I've seen kids on the Light to Light walk, they are just so immersed in what's going on around them, and they'll take interest in a rock that they would normally walk past in their everyday life. But you get them on the walk and all they have is nature, they really do immerse themselves in it. And I think that's where the true connection is getting those kids interested in nature. And birds are such an easy way, because they're for part of our wildlife. They form a significant part of Australia's fauna. There's 800 plus species in Australia, nearly 300 species on the far south coast, and they're pretty easy to see, except for eastern ground parrots.